River Forth is located in Scotland, starting at Lochard near Stirling, ending at the Firth of the Forth at Edinburgh. It is one of the most important rivers in Scotland. It crosses 9 districts as it meanders across the country: Fife, Perth, Clackmannanshire, Stirling, Falkirk, Edinburgh, Midlothian and East Lothian. This stretch, called the Links of the Forth, was the site of the famous Battle of Bannockburn, fought in 1314 when English troops were defeated by the Scots. There are 14 main tributaries flowing into the river. These are Beal Water, the River Tyne, the River Esk, Water of Leith, the River Almond, the River Avon, the River Carron, the River Forth, the River Teith, the River Allen, the River Devon, Black Devon and Leven. The river can be divided into 2 main parts: the River Forth, also known as the Old Forth, and the Firth of the Forth, which is the large estuary which flows into the North Sea. The climate along the river is the typical Scottish climate, and it varies very little along its route. The Scottish climate is moderate. It is rarely extreme. The average number of days with snow is 15 to 20, with January and February as the coldest months. July and August are the warmest, with an average temperature of 19 degrees Celsius. The main industries supported by the river are situated in the Firth of Forth, with Rosyth Dockyard and the Grangemouth Oil Refinery, both being major employers. The Rosyth Dockyard is a large naval dockyard which is currently the main site for fitting out new naval aircraft carriers and preparing them for joining the Navy fleet. The oil refinery at Grangemouth is currently operated by Petronas and now is the only crude oil refinery in Scotland. It was opened in 1924 and still processes 210,000 barrels a day. Any excess oil is pumped to Dalmeny, where tankers can ship it out through the shallow waters of the Firth of Forth. The river flows through Stirling, which is famous for its castle, and here the land is very flat, causing the river to meander and bend along the way. The land here is good for growing, and agriculture farming is still very important to this area. One of the main crops is hay. Grain crops in the form of wheat, barley and oats are also grown here. Cattle and sheep thrive in the lush pastures. The meanders of the river may turn into oxbow lakes in hundreds of years' time, changing the course of the river and decreasing its length. Leisure activities along the river include birdwatching, fishing, walking, cycling, rock climbing, canoeing and sailing. The river is home to 28 species of freshwater fish and supports valuable fisheries for salmon, trout and grayling. The Firth of the Forth is an important area for nature conservation, as it has a wide range of habitats including mudflats, shingle shorelines and salt marshes. Birds that can be found on the Firth include shelduck, knot, redshank, great crested grebe, teal and the golden eye. Bass Rock is one of the 11 islands in the Firth of the Forth and has more than 150,000 nesting gannets. It is one of the largest single rock gannetry in the world. Only one of the 11 islands is inhabited. Many of the rest are used for lighthouses and other navigational aids for boats, for example a foghorn. The Firth has 2 main bridges crossing it, the Railway Bridge and the Forth Road Bridge. The road bridge was opened in 1964 and when it was built it was the longest suspension bridge outside the USA and the 4th longest in the world. It crosses the river from Edinburgh to South Queensferry and it is famous because it is so difficult to maintain. Until recently it took so long to paint that when the workers had reached the end it was time to start at the beginning again. A new bridge is under construction and is due to open in a couple of years. Developers may be interested in investing in wind turbines which have been recently approved for construction in the Firth of the Forth. A company called Seagreen was planning 3 phases of development. Tourist attractions along the Forth include Falkirk Wheel, which was opened in 2002, which reconnects the Forth and Clyde canals for the first time since the 1930s. The canal was originally opened in 1790 and provided a route for boats to travel across Scotland from Glasgow to Edinburgh. It was finally closed in 1960 when it became too difficult to maintain and the M8 motorway was built. The wheel is an amazing feat of engineering and it lifts or lowers boats 24 metres as it rotates. Boats would previously have to travel through 11 lock gates, which were dismantled in 1933. The most recent attraction is the Kelpies, which were completed last year. The Kelpies are 30-metre high horsehead sculptures standing next to a new extension to the Forth and Clyde Canal and near River Carron. This canal extension reconnects the Forth and Clyde Canal with the River Forth and improves navigation between the east and west of Scotland.